Hello movie fans, if you're a fan of gritty crime dramas and mind-bending mysteries, then you're in the right place. Today we're diving deep into the world of True Detective, the critically acclaimed HBO series that kept us on the edge of our seats for 3 thrilling seasons. From the eerie swamps of Louisiana to the dark heart of the Ozarks, True Detective takes us on a harrowing journey through the twisted minds of some of the most complex characters on television. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and get ready for a wild ride as we recap all 3 seasons of True Detective. From the gritty and atmospheric Season 1 to the haunting and enigmatic Season 2, and the gripping and emotional Season 3, we've got it all covered. So let's jump in and explore the dark and twisted world of True Detective. Welcome to Streaming Addicted, your YouTube channel that reveals the best movies and TV series of the moment every day.
In the world.
My whole brain's a bunch of missing pieces.
So, let's get into the video. First, we're going to recap Season 1 of this thrilling TV series. Season 1 of True Detective takes us on a haunting journey through the deep south of Louisiana, as 2 detectives try to solve a bizarre murder case that spans nearly 2 decades. The show introduces us to Rust Cole and Martin Hart, 2 detectives with vastly different personalities and outlooks on life. Rust is a philosophical and brooding loner with a troubled past, while Martin is a family man who struggles to balance his work and home life. Their investigation begins in 1995 when the body of a young woman named Dora Lange is discovered in a gruesome and ritualistic manner. As they delve deeper into the case, they uncover a web of corruption, deceit, and darkness that spans across the state and has roots in a mysterious cult known as the Yellow King. As the investigation progresses, Rust and Martin's personal lives begin to unravel. Rust's past trauma and obsession with the case threaten to consume him, while Martin's infidelity and marital problems cause him to spiral out of control. In episode 4, Rust and Martin's partnership is tested as they are called to investigate another bizarre murder. This time, the victim is a prostitute with a connection to one of Martin's daughters. The case leads them to a remote ranch where they discover a horrifying underground dungeon filled with torture devices and evidence of satanic rituals. Episode 5 takes us back to 2002, where we see Rust and Martin's partnership dissolve due to Rust's erratic behavior and obsession with the case. In the present day, Rust agrees to help Martin with a new lead on the case that points to the involvement of wealthy and powerful people in the state. In episode 6, Rust and Martin's investigation leads them to a wealthy family known as the Tuttles, who have a history of involvement with the cult. The episode also explores Rust's personal life and the tragic events that led to the breakdown of his marriage. Episode 7 ups the tension as Rust and Martin finally come face to face with the man they believe to be the killer. However, they soon realize that their suspect is just a pawn in a larger conspiracy involving the Tuttle family and corrupt law enforcement officials. Finally, in episode 8, Rust and Martin embark on a dangerous mission to track down the true mastermind behind the cult and put an end to the killings once and for all. The episode culminates in a surreal and haunting sequence that reveals the true nature of the cult and its connection to the dark forces that have been haunting Rust and Martin throughout the season. As the dust settles and the case comes to a close, Rust and Martin reflect on the events that have brought them to this point. They both have come to terms with their personal demons and find a sense of closure in their shared experiences. The show ends with a glimmer of hope and optimism as Rust and Martin realize that there is still some light left in a world that's mostly dark. Let's take a look at Season 2. This season takes us on a wild ride as we follow detectives Ray Velcoro, Annie Bezerrades, and Paul Woodrow as they investigate a murder that leads them down a dangerous path of corruption and deceit. In episode 1, we're introduced to the detectives and the case that will change their lives forever. The murder of city manager Ben Caspares sets them on a path of discovery that they never could have anticipated. And as they delve deeper, they find that the corruption in Vincy runs deep. Episode 2 is a real nail-biter as the detectives visit a movie set where Caspare was last seen. They uncover clues that only deepen the mystery, and Velcoro's personal life becomes even more complicated. As they get closer to the truth, they're warned to stay away by Vincy Police Chief Irvin Hirsch. In episode 3, the detectives follow leads on Caspare's murder that lead them to a shocking discovery. A sex party involving some of the most powerful people in Vincy. And as Bezarades goes undercover to investigate a spiritual guru who is involved with Caspere, Velcoro learns that his ex-wife's rapist may be connected to the case. Episode 4 is a real turning point in the season as the investigation takes a dark turn. The detectives find several missing persons connected to the case and tensions begin to rise. Woodrow has a confrontation with a former military colleague, and Bezarades is attacked by the guru's followers. And to make matters worse, Velcoro is suspended from the police force. In episode 5, the detectives continue to follow leads on Caspere's murder, and they discover that the corrupt mayor of Vinci, Austin Chasani, may be involved. They also uncover more information about the missing persons connected to the case. And as Velcoro confronts his ex-wife's rapist, the stakes get even higher. During episode 6, detectives follow a lead to a dilapidated church where they find evidence of the missing persons connected to the case. And as they uncover a massive conspiracy involving Vinci's power players, including Chasani and Hirsch, things really start to heat up. Velcoro and Bezarades share a moment of intimacy, and Woodrow is tragically killed by a hidden assailant. In episode 7, Velcoro and Bezarades go on the run as they try to expose the conspiracy. They discover that Caspere's murder was part of a larger plot to cover up corruption in Vinci, and they're determined to bring the guilty parties to justice. Meanwhile, Hirsch and Chasani try to cover their tracks, and Velcoro has a confrontation with the man who killed Woodrow. And finally, in the season finale, Velcoro and Bezarades confront the mastermind behind the conspiracy, who turns out to be someone they never suspected. The two detectives make a last stand against the corrupt forces of Vinci, and the truth about Caspere's murder and the corruption in Vinci is finally revealed to the public. But as the season ends with Velcoro and Bezarades missing, we're left wondering what the future holds for them. So there you have it, True Detective Season 2 in all its gritty and intense glory. With complex characters, a gripping plot, and heart-stopping action, this season is a must-watch for fans of crime dramas. That's it for Season 2, and now we're gonna dive deep into Season 3. True Detective Season 3 begins in 1980 in rural Arkansas, where two children, Will and Julie Purcell, disappear while riding their bikes. Detectives Wayne Hayes, Mahershala Ali, and Roland West, Stephen Dorff, are assigned to the case. Wayne, a Vietnam War veteran, uses his military training and experience to investigate, while Roland uses his connections to the local community. They find the children's bikes near an abandoned factory with signs of a struggle. Wayne also discovers a man with a severe head injury who may have seen something. The investigation continues as Wayne and Roland follow up on leads and interview potential suspects, including the children's father, Tom Purcell, Scoot McNary, and their school teacher, Amelia Reardon, Carmen Ajogo. They also discover that the case may have connections to a local church and its mysterious pastor. Wayne and Amelia begin a romantic relationship, which helps Wayne open up about his experiences in Vietnam. The case takes a new turn when a witness claims to have seen Julie Purcell at a local park with a man with a ghost face. Wayne and Roland investigate the park and discover a mysterious doll and a handwritten note. They also learn that the case has attracted national attention, with the FBI and other agencies getting involved. Wayne and Amelia's relationship becomes strained as Wayne becomes more obsessed with the case. Wayne and Roland receive a break in the case when they track down the Ghostface Man, who turns out to be a Vietnam War veteran named Brett Woodward, Michael Greyes. They confront Woodard, who is initially hostile but eventually agrees to talk. Woodard reveals that he was harassed and attacked by a group of teenagers who blamed him for the war. He also hints at a possible conspiracy involving the military. The investigation takes a darker turn as Wayne and Roland discover evidence of a possible pedophile ring operating in the area. They also learn that Tom Purcell has been receiving threatening phone calls and may have something to do with the children's disappearance. Wayne and Amelia's relationship ends when Wayne discovers that she has been writing a book about the case without his knowledge or permission. Wayne and Roland get a new lead when they interview a former police officer who claims to have seen Julie Purcell at a Walgreens store with a man who matches the description of a man seen near the crime scene. They track down the man, who turns out to be a retired school teacher named James Ted Lagrange Scott Shepard. Lagrange denies any involvement in the case, but Wayne becomes convinced that he is hiding something. The investigation takes a shocking turn when Wayne and Roland learn that Julie Purcell may still be alive. They follow a new lead that takes them to the Ozarks, where they encounter a wealthy family with connections to the case. They also learn that the case has affected their personal lives in unexpected ways, with Wayne struggling with memory loss and Roland dealing with alcoholism and failed relationships. In the final episode, Wayne and Roland break into the abandoned Hoyt house and make their way down to the Pink Room. They see drawings of Princess Mary, Sir Junius, and Queen Isabel. In 1980, Wayne is in trouble for leaking information to Amelia. Threatened with a demotion to public information, he refuses to burn her. In 1990, Wayne and Amelia's relationship is strained, and he meets with her at a bar to discuss their problems. In the present day, Wayne and Roland confront Watts as he confesses to his involvement in the cover-up of Lucy's death. They discover that Julie is still alive and living under a new name. Wayne's dementia becomes more severe, and he has a flashback to running into Lucy. In the final scene, Wayne is back in Vietnam, tracking the enemy and disappearing into the jungle. Throughout the season, the narrative is interwoven with themes of memory, trauma, and the passage of time. The non-linear structure allows the story to unfold in a more complex and nuanced way. In the performances by Mahershala Ali, Stephen Dorff, and Carmen Ejogo bring a depth and complexity to their respective characters. The season is a masterful exploration of the human psyche and the ways in which we cope with loss and trauma. And that's a wrap on our complete recap of True Detective Season 1, 2, and 3. We hope you enjoyed reliving the suspense, the drama, and the heart-pounding moments of this incredible series. If you're craving more, don't worry, we've got you covered. In our next video, we'll be giving you an exclusive preview of the trailer for Chapter 4 of True Detective, so make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to be first to watch. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. We love hearing from our viewers, so don't forget to leave a comment below on your favorite moments from True Detective. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Wouldn't do anything but cause harm.
Did you think you could just go on and never once